I don't remember those infomercials. Those infomercials will be like, set it and forget it. And then they say like 40 times. I actually don't even remember what the product was. Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. Charles is actually being my chauffeur today. And so I thought I would take advantage of doing my Q&A in a very unconventional manner, aka doing it in a car. I don't want to say, it was like 3 or 4 vlogs ago, I had mentioned that I wanted to do a Q&A or an up-to-date Q&A on this channel. So I'm going to answer some of your questions now. You're going to have to bear with me. We're on the road, we're taking this little adventure, and I got Remy in the back seat listening to her game or playing her game, and you're going to have lots of beautiful ambiance on the outskirts of this vlog. So let's just get right to it. So this question comes from Michelle. Michelle asks, what is your process for goal setting? Do you write them down and check in on them, or do you just keep tabs mentally? I'll be really honest, I don't really have one. I don't really have a process for goal setting. I have intention to do things. I have the drive to do things. Being a mom and then also having a full-time job outside of setting goals, I should say, is very challenging at times. But when it comes to goals, I do mentally keep tabs of them, and I do physically write them down. I don't have like a planner or anything like that, but I have a piece of paper that I usually sit down whenever it like really like overwhelms me, if that makes sense. I do procrastinate. It's not something that I am ashamed of, but it's something that I'm constantly working on. So when it comes to goals, I do mentally keep tabs on what I want to get done. I give myself a time frame of like, I'd like to accomplish this goal by this time. I'd like to accomplish this task by this time, but I also don't put too much pressure on myself if I do not get it done, because I do have everyday elements, I should say, and other priorities that can fluctuate that time frame. So like I said, I have a piece of paper. It's actually just a scratch paper, and I have it still in my kitchen. I have it next to the front door. It's something that I can visually see and pull out and say, oh, I got this done. And also, I'll be really honest, when it comes to accomplishing my goals, Charles is a great person that has really helped me accomplish a lot of my goals, because I hate to say this, but he does keep on top of me about getting things done, because I'll be honest, I am quite overwhelmed being a mom sometimes, taking care of the house, taking care of a 2.5-year-old, not getting much sleep at night, and I can tend to be a little bit forgetful. So he's really great with helping me accomplish those goals by being a positive reinforcement and reminding me you need to get some things done. Let me make sure I answered all your questions. Also, with everything that you do with your new business and daily duties, what do you do to try to keep organized and on top of priorities? I do kind of have discussions with Char the night before I want to get something done, and I say, hey Char, I have this list of things that I want to get done tomorrow or this week. Can we work together in regards to making sure that I have time to accomplish those? Can we work together where you do some things, I do some things, you watch Remy, I accomplish this, I watch Remy, you accomplish that? So I think that one of the things that has been really beneficial for me and making sure that I do stay on top of my priorities is like that open communication with my significant other, who is a big part of that. We're in rush hour traffic. I do not like not driving. What are you talking about, Rem? Stop and go?
No, stop.
No, you stop.
No, you stop.
Oh, you stop.
No, you stop.
Remy, should I sing to you?
Yeah.
Let it go. Remy loves me singing. Let it go. I have a really good voice, I swear.
Remy, let it go. Let it.
What do you, why? I sing to her all the time when she was a baby.
Let it go. Let it go.
I don't get it. Whatever. Okay, this question comes from Alice Lake, and she asks, have you started taking steps towards the potty training journey with Remy yet? Yes, we have. I don't know if we started too early or too late, to be completely honest. And I know that a lot of people say, or a lot of things that I've read, is that you, based off their cues, that's how you can kind of figure out when you should start potty training. So we noticed a few of Remy's cues that were a little bit different. Like we noticed like when she has to do certain things, she goes to certain areas, or she gets uncomfortable and tells us now. So we thought, hey, this is a great time to start potty training. Let's go ahead and do it. And she was doing great in the beginning. Like what I would consider really great for first starting off potty training. Now it has kind of shifted a little bit. I think she's a little bit more nervous. So we're trying to take a really gentle approach to potty training. So it's going well, but we're trying to navigate it in the most proper way that's comfortable for her. Next question is from Kelly Bronwyn Cochran. What's the most helpful way to support your channel? Honestly, I think that by watching the vlogs from start to finish, awesome. Watch through the ads if you can, but also subscribing and sharing really helps out a lot. We do with our main channel, we do have a Patreon that I can put the link down below. That helps us out a lot, but also we do a lot of really great things for our patrons there. But that's another great way that you can help support us. Watch all the way to the end, subscribe, make sure you watch the ads, and if you want to, go ahead and join our Patreon. This question comes from Berber3. Are you doing an RV trip?
No, I'll be here.
Are we, Remy? Do you want to go on the bus?
Yeah.
Do you want to go on the bus?
Yeah.
The answer is
Papa.
we're very hopeful that we're going to be going on another RV trip really, really soon. But our plan is to do another one this summer. However, Char's tour is starting to pick back up, so we have to obviously work around that. But we think that if we were to do another RV trip like we did last year, we would make it more centralized into one particular area. Like we'd probably do 1 or 2 states, like drive to 1 or 2 states and then kind of travel around those 2 states rather than going from state to state, state to state like we did this time. But yeah, hopefully in the future, give us some recommendations. Sorry guys, I had to cut the car session of this Q&A short because I was dingus and I did not change the battery. So here we are. I want to continue with the Q&A while I drink my coffee. It is 2:30, 3:30 in the afternoon. I still haven't finished my morning coffee, but I'm not one to waste coffee, so it has been reheated like 16 times. Okay, this question comes from Amber Perez. Hey Allie, we both have daughters right around the same age. June 11th, mama over here. I'm curious as to how you're feeling about self-acceptance and identity after baby, or now toddler. I personally feel like I have such a difficult time finding myself out anymore, and I'm just in mom mode 24/7. My days obviously revolve around her, and I lack the drive to do anything for myself at night. I just chill usually. What are some things you like to do for yourself? Love from Chicago. Okay, so I actually did a post about this kind of recently about how I feel exactly how you feel, Amber, actually. I feel like 100% like you too, where there's this sense of self-identity that's just kind of non-existent. I've really struggled to step away from mom mode and work mode. You know, my job is way unconventional, and I have the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom while doing my job. So it's like I'm constantly in work mode, but I'm also constantly in mom mode. And there was a lot of things prior to Remy that I used to have the free time to do, and now I don't have that free time to do it anymore. So when it comes to doing things for myself, I will say that I try to at least prioritize something at least once or twice a month, which seems very minimal to a lot of people, but as a mother, I can tell you it's awesome. Like having just a couple days to myself throughout the month. So one big thing that I have done with some of my girlfriends who have been my girlfriends for 15 to 18 plus years is we do a mom night once a month, no matter what. There are no kids, there are no husbands. We sit and drink wine. We go to each other's houses. I actually just had a mom night like 2 or 3 weekends ago. I went to my friend's house. We sat around a fire. We had hors d'oeuvres and some wine, and we talked. And like, we always find that we talk about our kids, but we also talk about like a lot of interesting things in our life, like, you know, what we want to do, and we talk about past stuff, and it's something that I have found that I've really needed. And also it's a moment for me to kind of release any frustrations or anxieties that I have as a mother, because I feel like it's a environment where I'm not being judged for that, because they all understand. They're all mothers. They're all in similar situations that I am in. And it's really, really helped me remind myself that not only am I a mom and like the way that I'm feeling about being a mom and these situations, the way that I'm handling them are valid, but also that just because I'm a mom doesn't mean that I'm not a woman, and I'm not Allie, and I'm not a wife, and I'm not a friend, and I'm not a sibling on the outskirts of that as well. So I think being a mom is really hard to balance. It's a hard balance, and I think that every day is kind of a learning adventure for that. One of the big things that I kind of established for myself prior to being a mom with Charles was that I still want to do a lot of what we did before we had Remy. Like I still wanted to do that after she came. So I dedicate time. You know, a lot of my stuff has changed and it's shifted, and I don't have the availability to like go out and do stuff with my friends all the time, but honestly, I don't really want to. I think finding time for yourself at the bare minimum, 1 time a month to do something just for yourself, whether that's getting out and walking or going to get your hair done or meeting up with friends or go shopping for yourself. This is actually officially now day 3 of trying to film this Q&A. So thank you guys so much for like bearing with me on this, but I promise you this is gonna be the last day. I'm gonna get it up and it's gonna be all together. I won't have 5 days worth of filming a Q&A. So this next question comes from Cynthia, and Cynthia asked, want to start eating healthier this year. What are some healthy meals that you enjoy? So Charles and I are vegetarian. I would say I'm more pescatarian because I do eat fish. I really love fish. I love to cook, but I've noticed that I've definitely slacked in the food cooking, creating department. In regards to healthy food, my favorite thing to do, to be completely honest with you, if I'm like in a rut and I don't know what to cook, but I know that I want something different than the typical veggie burger and a salad, which we tend to have a lot. Like if I'm looking for something completely different and a healthy meal that really excites me, I swear by this, you guys, Pinterest is like my best friend when it comes to finding a really cool and new healthy meal to eat. I find a lot of really cool like vegetable bakes that you would think would be like super fatty and have a ton of like cholesterol and just bad stuff for you, but honestly there's some amazing meals. This next question comes from Charmeleon, and she asks, what are your 3 beauty products you can't live without? Okay, so there's like a million skincare products that I would absolutely say that I can't live without, but if I had to choose 3 to put in a bag with me and bring with me, it would be, first off, it would be a really good chapstick. I started using this product by this company called Proven. And they have like a whole kind of skincare line that's basically each person's individual package is created specifically for them, so I really like them. But I really like their lip balm because again we're making 3 choices. So their Proven lip balm, I love it. This one's in peppermint, but it's USDA organic peppermint lip balm. I really like this stuff, so chapstick is a must. My next one is I never used before I was 30, and I don't know why, but it is a hyaluronic acid, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but the one that I really like that I've been using is Clarity Daily Dose of Water, and this stuff is amazing. It gives you like instant hydration. I have really dry skin, so this is definitely a must. Obviously I'd want a moisturizer, but I'm choosing 3 here. So I really like this one for sure. Obviously I want to have a moisturizer with a sunscreen, but again, choosing 3, so yeah, that would be important. But honestly, this stuff that I'm about to show you, it's gonna show my age, showing that I'm getting older, but I love these things so much. It's by this brand called Frownies, and they're under eye gels, and you can reuse each eye gel like up to 5 times, but I've even gone beyond that. But they are so amazing. They smooth out fine lines under your eyes. They kind of like wake you up. They're like cooling and hydrating, and I just love these so much. Definitely can't live without that. If you're talking about makeup, I have 3 items. Well, one is not really makeup, but one, I love this stuff so much. And I guess the chapstick would be for makeup. So we use the chapstick for makeup, but this one will go for skincare, and that is the Myriad Acne Control Rapid Relief Acne Spot Treatment. I have no idea what's going on with my life right now, but I've been getting lots of acne in like random places. This stuff is a lifesaver. Plop it on there, next morning, gone. I like to have a foundation, and this foundation is amazing. You should see how beat up this looks, but it's by Laura Geller, New York, and it is the Baked, Balance, and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation in medium. This stuff is amazing. You can like do as much or as little as you want. It's like a constant kind of, you can keep layering it to get a better, you know, more full covered look if that's what you're looking for. But this stuff is unbelievable. It does not clog my pores. I love this stuff. I will continue to buy this for the rest of my life. And anywhere I go, this will be coming with me because I love it that much. And last but not least, I need a mascara, dude. Mascara is my go-to. If I didn't have anything else besides chapstick, mascara would be it, because your eyes are the windows to your soul. and you want to look alive and awake. And I feel like that's what mascara does. So I really like this. I know I'm not gonna say the name of the brand properly, but it's Il Maquillage. I don't think I'm saying it correctly. This one I believe is just in black, yeah. But I love this mascara. I used to wear eyeliner a lot, and I haven't worn eyeliner in years because of this mascara, and I love it so much. Okay, so this next question comes from Heather Smith, and she's asked, do you have a certain time frame to have a second child? If not, the natural way is using Charles' sperm from pre-surgery affordable for you. Small part of me would love for you to get 2 fertilized eggs implanted so you would have 2 babies, and of course it's your choice to do whatever to your body, sending love and happiness to you all. So Charles and I are currently trying to have baby number 2. So far we have not gotten pregnant, but I know that it takes time, so you know, I just gotta be patient, and you gotta just hope for the best. But if down the road, if we notice that it's not working and we're still at that point where we want to have another baby, because you know, the older that I get, the higher the risk is. The older that Charles gets, there's more risk for other things as well. And we do have Charles's sperm frozen, so I probably, if we were both in that same mindset, we're like, you know what, it hasn't worked, trying it the natural way. If a professional told me that I had a higher chance doing it that way, and it was something financially that we were comfortable with at that point in our life, then yes, we would go with, you know, the fertility route and getting, you know, assistance there. This next question comes from Stephanie, and Stephanie asks, who's Remy more like, you or Charles? Both. She's like a happy medium of both. She definitely has trippy in her, for sure. There are moments throughout the day that I'm like, oh my god, she's through and through Charles's daughter. Oh my gosh, I can't even handle it. And then Charles is like, no, that was totally Allie, all over that. All over everything she just did was totally Allie. So it's a happy medium. Okay, this question comes from Stacy Rogers, and she asks, my question is, what time does Remy usually wake up, and when is her bedtime? So for a really long time, I struggled getting Remy on a bedtime routine. Oh my gosh, it was just so hard. It was so hard. But she typically goes to bed between 7 and 8 p.m. and she wakes up between 7 and 8 a.m. So it's been great. So this next question comes from Anya Arias. Are you guys thinking of buying a new home since you will have a new addition? Well, we don't have a new addition yet, but you know, right now the market's so crazy, and we wouldn't buy a new home based off of a baby. We would buy a new home because we would want to buy a new home. But I'll be really honest with you, we really tossed back and forth because we're like, you know what, we can sell this house and really make a profit on it. We have an RV that we can live in. If it took a while to find another home, but honestly, we put a lot of heart, soul, and love into this house. So right now we are pretty comfortable where we're at. We do love it. I think eventually maybe down the road we want to move, but we don't know if we want to stay in Florida or if we want to go to a different state. So as of right now, not moving, staying put, very happy with that. This question comes from Audrey Fuqua. I'm not gonna say it correctly, I'm sorry about that. Allie, how do you stay so motivated to exercise, run, and do creative projects for yourself? You always seem to do well at making the mundane things in life fun. Thank you. Go see TFXC. First off, that's so nice. Thank you so very much. Secondly, I'm not always motivated. I mean, I want to run, and I want to exercise, and I want to be creative, but it's not every single day. I think there are days, if you want me to be completely honest with you, I almost hit like my breaking point of feeling like I haven't done anything for myself in a long time, that I'm like, I have to do it. So that sounds terrible, and it sounds like a horrible way to stay motivated. But a lot of my motivation as of recently has been kind of hit a breaking point where I'm like, I need to go out and I need to do something for myself because I'm gonna lose my mind. Which is typically, it's very normal for someone to go through that, and I'm not ashamed of it whatsoever. But I have been trying this year to be better about giving Charles time, giving myself time, being a very present mother, being a very present wife, dedicating a lot of time to my job, and then my future wills and wants and dreams. So when it comes to staying motivated, it's just like giving myself little mental reminders like, hey, Allie, it's been a while. You need to do something for yourself. Because I don't really have a technique. I don't really have a definite plan. I think it's just kind of how I wake up and I feel that day, to be completely honest, but also just reminding myself mentally as much as I possibly can that it's important to give time to myself and it's important to do things for myself. That way I can be a better mother, a better wife, a better business partner, and a better just individual altogether. So just, I think it's also, you gotta be a little gentle on yourself, give yourself time. Things will happen. You might be a planner, I'm not a planner, but I know that that helps for a lot of people, but it's just more, I don't really have one. I wish I could give you a real, honest, helpful answer, but I don't have one. Well guys, that is it for the Q&A. I really appreciate you guys sending me your questions. It was really fun to try and give you the best answers that I possibly could that are very, very honest. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope for those of you that those were your questions, I hope I answered them and gave you the thoughts and feelings you were hoping you would get from my answers. But I also am going to be putting out a video very soon. I was hoping I could get out this week, but you guys know my time frame just sucks, it's horrible. But it's actually, I filmed it, I wasn't planning on doing it, but it was a day that I was kind of having a rough day as a parent. And I started it out very sugar-coated, and as the day progressed, I was a little overwhelmed, and I'm like, I just need to be like genuine and be honest and like show that I'm having a hard day. And it has to do with parenting. And I was a little bit nervous that maybe I would get a little criticism from posting it, but you know what? Parenting is hard and parenting is difficult and parenting isn't always rainbows and butterflies. So I have that video coming out very, very soon, and I think that you guys are hopefully going to enjoy it. And I'm nervous but thrilled to kind of share that side of me, because I feel like a lot of people just think that I'm always like, yay, so positive, which I try to be, but life isn't always that way. So anyways, it's a different side of my life as a parent that I wanted to share. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. That's coming out soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will be giving you guys some baby trying updates very, very soon. So yeah, thanks guys. We will see you next time. Bye.